So I guess I'll say this too. Whatever, but the way that I grew up and the niggas that I grew up around, lots of people do not have, like, I don't know what that means. Well, lots of people don't have the ability or skills to talk through their shit. So instead of talking, they get violent. So if you do a certain thing or you say a certain thing, they pounce and they kind of like wait around and kind of like feel you out to see like when you're going to say certain language. This is why, you know, like society's in a good place when you're around people who are not using foul language and curse words, because people who use curse words have experienced shit. People only start cursing when shit starts going wrong. That's why you see all the kids nowadays completely like using foul language, kind of being in a negative place because shit is not going that well. But a lot of it is about respectability politics, because some people just have no respect and they refuse to apologize, and they think that there's no middle ground. Like they think that their money or their status or their power will enable them to treat another person another way. This is what racism is about, like slavery. It is simply about looking at another person and saying, you are beneath me. I am better than you. Let me prove it to you, bitch. Like that's what it's about. I know, because I've said that shit to a lot of people. That's when you slap somebody in the fucking face or you spit on them. You see this among like white kids all the time. These bitches don't have no type of skills. They'll start biting, kicking, scratching, all type of shit. I think I told y'all the story about the bitch who stapled somebody's finger, and that shit happened in kindergarten. Like that was crazy. Niggas be getting mad. Like bitches in the trailer home be coming out. They don't have no skills, but they have to live in society too. Like they have to live in society. They don't know how to live among other racial groups because they're not like big or strong. So they try to be like cunning and witty and stylish, right? Those were their ways of like kind of like moving on and getting by, explaining themselves, like writing songs and shit, while other people were just out collaborating and sharing and building and growing. They were just colonizing. It's a whole different mentality. And this is the first time in society that we've seen a very large amount of black people occupy all of the spaces of power. It's just kind of funny why people think they're gonna make a fucking example of me. Like I could just like leave the country. It's not like, it's not, I don't know. It's not, I do not think it's useful unless you are pulling inspiration from like having autonomy to speak your voice or form an opinion for yourself. I do not think it is useful to look to me as an example, because I've done some evil shit and I will probably do some more evil shit. It's not like, don't look at me as an example of like, oh, I want to be like Livy. I do shit out of revenge. That's it. It's just about revenge and respect. It's not about kindness. It's not about showing up, really. It's about me getting the respect I fucking deserve. That's it. There's not two things. There's not three things. I don't give a shit about the country. I don't give a shit about any white children at all. Like, I think people confuse it because they're like, oh, well, you wouldn't do this, you know, and you've tried to do other equitable things that I'm nice, and I'm not. I'm just not nice. I'm not. And I've never, ever been this way. Ever. Ever. And it's like, you know, I've tried, the days go on, and what I try to do is I try to still, like, live as a person in society, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try to show up and kind of, like, check in or whatever, but sometimes when it's just a bad fucking day and you just don't fucking feel like showing up, and you realize that the person who caused you the harm does not give a fucking shit to apologize, and those motherfuckers just kept going. And when everyone fucking does that to you, the sheer amount of anger, it adds up to this place where you're just like, okay, fuck everybody. So